Natred coming back at you with yet another beer review. Today I have a beer from Founders Brewing Company. It comes from the Founders Bottle Shop series. This is release number 4 out of how many I'm not certain. I assume the Founders Bottle Shop series has a multitude of varieties in it. This particular one just happens to be the Mango Magnifico. See if I can say that in my Telemundo voice. Yeah, Mango Magnifico. Yeah, that's my Telemundo voice. Thoughts, questions, comments, concerns, I really don't give a shit. Now, you may know Founders Brewing Company from... I want to say Founders Brewing Company's most popular beer is the Breakfast Stout. They're also pretty well known for the Dirty Bastard, I think it's called. One of their beers I have tried is the Velvet Rush, which is a beer I wanted to do a review on, but unfortunately at the moment it is not available. The Velvet Rush is some kind of limited release, which I think it becomes available in like October, November, December, I'm not sure exactly. And I'm not entirely sure how long Founders is offering this Bottle Shop series. I had never seen or heard of it before, and I bought this entirely on a whim. This Founders Bottle Shop series, release number 4, Mango Magnifico, is a mango ale with habanero peppers. Now, given that description, even though I've not tried this beer yet personally, given that description, I do have some expectations set for it. I have partaken in a habanero flavored ale once before, once in the form of Country Boy's Nacho Bait, and if memory serves, it was a rather scintillating experience. The spiciness of the habaneros definitely shine through in that one, and that is pretty much what I expect from this beer as well. Mango Magnifico's delicate sweetness is punctuated perfectly by the heat of habanero peppers. Proof that fruit beer does not have to be one note. This high gravity ale is an entire sensory symphony waiting to be uncapped. At least that is the description given on the back of the bottle. As with most Founders Brewing ales, this one does come in at a pretty hefty 10% ABV. And Founders Brewing Company itself hails from Grand Rapids, Michigan. But enough of that, on with the review. It does have a very fruity aroma to it, I have to say. You can smell the mangoes immediately. It kind of smells like a really cheap lager. I'll be honest with you. It smells kind of like a Heineken or a Red Stripe or something like that. At least that's just my first impression. Now, I'm sure that won't be reflected in the taste as well. Now, the color is very mango, but what may not be so obvious in the picture is just how cloudy the beer is. I'm going to try to give you a better look. It's really hard to represent. I don't know if it really comes through well on the camera here, but it almost looks like unfiltered pulp there inside the beer. But I will not let that deter me. I am determined to plunge the unfathomable depths that is the craft brew. All I have to say is wowee. It is spicy. It does have quite a bit of a kick to it. It is definitely very sweet, very mango-y, and the hint of the spice, the habaneros, it may be the most prominent flavor present. Due to its fraught and complex nature, and due, of course, to its spiciness, I'm not sure I could recommend this beer to just anyone. It's definitely worth a try, if for no other reason than the novelty itself of a habanero beer. This beer is so thick, it's almost like a slushy. At least that's how it appears through the glass. Whew, I might be breaking a sweat. This might be the hardest beer I've had to finish since the escapism. Nah, it ain't nearly that bad, honestly. Well, if you do decide to go for this beer, just know that you are in for a rough ride. A rough and wicked ride. Yeah, this will not be an easy beer to finish. And honestly, if you are inclined to try this beer, I wouldn't buy a whole 4-pack. Because unless you just happen to love the taste of habaneros, you probably won't enjoy the experience of drinking this beer. The flavor of this beer reminds me very much of the Wild Turkey Sting. I don't know if you ever tried that. If you just happen to like the flavor of that particular bourbon, then you'll love this. I gotta say, as much as the bottle hypes up this particular beer, I do sort of prefer the Country Boy Brewing Nacho Bait. I think that beer is definitely milder and more palatable. I mean, this beer is quite a bit to handle, but make of that what you will. Well, that about concludes my thoughts on this beer. I have been Natred, and I will see you all in the next video.